Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. This is This Week in Crime. I'm your boy, Steve here. I'm here with the meloded madman himself.
Salter here.
And on the ones and twos, Katie. What up, dog?
Hello.
Oh, she's international now. So how you been, bud? What you been up to?
Pretty good, man. I just got back from a comedy festival in Houston.
Nice.
Then a weekend. It was their first one, and it was. I mean, I don't want to shit
The speech.
on people. You know what I mean? But it was bad, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. It went. The highs were highs, but the lows were pretty fucking terrible.
What was the high? What was the low?
The high was the actual comedy club itself, because the festival itself, they blocked off a whole street, and they put a 500 person tent in the corner, and they spent $8,000 apparently on this giant inflatable spaceman, which was like the logo of the festival, and that's fine, but fill up those shows.
Oh, yeah.
I did a competition, because they had a competition / regular festival shows. 12 people showed up to that 500 person tent, and then it was just bad, man.
You spend more hours there and back than people in the audience. Yeah, that's never a good show.
It was awful, but like the actual club itself, which is like a room above a Irish pub.
I heard it's good, though.
It's pretty lit. But like the inaugural festival, man, I want to give it a C-. I don't want to give it a straight up F, because I feel like there was some effort put behind. Like some of the shows were packed, but like me, and I'm not going to name comics. Like we were like comics that you know names of, like that work here. They're just like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? This is terrible.
You know, I've produced comedy shows in LA and all over California since I started, and everyone always goes, "What's the most important thing?" And it's always an audience. The venue doesn't matter. Mic can kind of matter. Mic's pretty important. Venue doesn't matter. Location doesn't matter. Food doesn't matter. Drinks don't matter. If you have an audience, you can have a show.
And if it's not there, if you spend all your money on an $8,000 inflatable spaceman, what do you do with that now when the festival's done?
You put him in the crowd. He's the only guy in the crowd.
Yeah, like and like the hotel that they had provided was 4 miles away from the venue, so comics are like, I figured that out right away. I got an Airbnb that was a half mile from the. I was like, nah, I'm fucking no way, dude. You're not getting me. Yeah. So I walked everywhere I went, which was probably not a great idea because the humidity. It's hot, not LA hot, but tropical hot, and I'm not used to it.
Yeah, people always they never really talk about that when they talk about places, how beautiful they are, how fun they are. They never really talk about
try wearing any kinds of shirts.
Yeah, like I just don't like humidity because in California we don't have it.
No.
So like the humidity just kind of ruins, especially because I like to be clean. I take a lot of showers. Right then I'm just like wet and sweaty for the rest of the day. My shirt neck gets all big. I'm just like I'd rather pay the California tax of not having humidity.
Yeah, and you get why all these people wear all these Margaritaville shirts. Everyone's dressed like Gabriel Iglesias because you got to stay cool, man.
You need openings.
Stay cool.
Yeah.
I also did a first thing where both ways. I upgraded. I flew Spirit, but I upgraded to the big seats.
Wow! Did you get a cushion?
Class. Oh, dude, cushion! I got the whole nine. It was fantastic, and I got it for like I kind of gambled. You know, I'm a gambling addict.
Yeah.
So there's this thing where you could bid on the Spirit app. You bid for better seats. So I was outbidding all these people for like a better seat, and I was like
some Hunger Game shit.
Yeah. So if not, you got to sit next to me. I was doing people a favor. You don't want me sitting next to you.
That's funny. I mean, the idea that you have to now bid on seats, it's like turning into StockX for sneakers now just to get fucking somewhere. If you lose it, you got to be with the goddamn luggage.
Yeah, in the luggage next to a dog. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I've been all right, though. Shows have been okay. Did a show in San Diego called Riff City. That was, if I could suggest, if they asked me, I'll put your name in there or go hit them up. It was incredible. They had like it was so funny all week. They were like, we have a jazz band opening the show.
Okay.
It's a jazz band. And when I get there, it was like a Sublime cover band. I was like, people in San Diego do think Sublime's jazz, don't they?
Sublime is San Diego jazz,
It's San Diego jazz. You know what I mean? You get an IPA, you smoke a little heroin, and then you... so that show was fucking crazy. I was able to work with a guy named Nick Mullen, who was part of a podcast called Come Town that was very big.
Come Town, dude. It's so funny.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I never listened to it, which is kind of an interesting dynamic between him and I, me having no idea who he was. But he was very funny, very cool. and then just had my main room show that I worked a long time for.
Yo, and then I heard, I didn't go because I had a show, but I heard it was lit.
It was epic.
Yeah.
It was one of the things I'm most proud of that I've probably done in a very long time.
You've come a long way from first booking in the Belly, because I remember you booked me and some other Sacramento comics on your very first Belly Room show.
It was like a day before Christmas or something.
Yeah, it was, and then like it was people there, kind of.
It was like 7 people.
Yeah,
there.
it was like 7 people, and then everyone's time had to get cut short, understandably, and now sold out main room, dude.
Buddy. We're gonna have another one on 5/16. We already got Bert Kreischer.
Whoa,
gonna be pretty fucking tight.
Swinging hard, dude.
I'm trying, man.
You're getting the guy.
Getting the guy. Bring the machine to the store. It's gonna be sold out. Get tickets early. Other than that, how's your life been, buddy? Anything going on at all? Anything you want to talk about?
So far, nah. I'm also producing a show. I'm producing a Cinco de
tell me
Mayo
more.
show at the Stand Up Comedy Club in Bellflower, California.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I've never, and as a Mexican, I've done one Cinco de Mayo show that the Punchline put on, but I've never been invited by other Mexican comics, which you're not supposed to be invited, or booked on Cinco de Mayo. Like, it's never been a thing, which is fine. And it always makes me question, I'm like, am I Mexican enough for these people? Like, do I have to be dressed like a little homie?
I knew I should have wore that sombrero everywhere I went.
Yeah, I gotta start wearing more mustaches. Start fucking saying guacamole a specific way, which bothers me. It's usually being judged by Mexicans who don't even speak Spanish. Like, I speak the way I speak, but then I can speak Spanish, and then like these fools, I'm like, you speak food Spanish. Like, you just know how to say tortilla correctly, and then the rest of it you're confused by, and then you judge me for not, I don't know, listening to Mexican music you don't even understand.
I remember we went to that Mexican restaurant. You were watching these old ass Mexican Western shit, and you're like, oh yeah, that's my jam. That's what my grandpa used to.
Yeah, so my dad used to watch.
You are Mexican.
But like, dude, that was at a restaurant that you picked, which
That
your
place was
algorithm
fucking crazy.
is like an abuelita's algorithm, I think.
It was like a guy's name. It was like Carne Asada Pablo Alvarez or something. It was so fucking crazy.
I think it was Carne Asada Panchitos or something like that.
Yeah, Ponchitos. Oh my God.
When we walked
So
up the
good.
steps, it literally, like, we were transported into a Mexican house.
Yeah, we're like outside. Yeah, like we're in someone's like backyard almost in like the rainforest. I saw a toucan. I was like, I don't even know where I am right now.
They had a Netflix that was someone else's password that they're logged into. That's not your password.
It was on a tube TV. I'm like, damn, how do you even get that thing?
It was so good. Though they did get you, though. Because they gave you handmade tortillas with an entree, and they're like, "No, if you want to order a taco, here's this store bought horse shit."
they did.
I'm like, "You got that shit, fucking got me."
They had some ideas they were doing. Other than that, man, I think. Also, I just want to say this: 3 days ago, I bought a dab rig, and I've been smoking that nonstop, so I don't know where I am right now.
Yeah, you've been a lot more calm the past couple of times I've spoken.
You know, people say weed is not addictive, but I have smoked it nonstop since the second I got it. So I don't know whatever that's called, but I'm that to weed now.
I will go ahead. I've said this before. If you freebase anything, you got a problem. You got a problem. You're freebasing marijuana.
Yeah. Someone's like, dude, you hear Steve's freebasing BLT sandwiches? Like, dude, I think that guy's got a fucking problem.
Got issues.
All right, let's bring in, speaking of freebasing weed, let's bring in our guest, the roast battle champion, the chip, Frank Castillo.
How did he know? How to come in?
He got an
there
idea.
It is.
What up? From WFLA.com. Florida man speeds at 100 miles per hour to get girlfriend to Taco Bell interview. A man was arrested in Palm Bay Tuesday after police said he allegedly drove 100 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour zone to get his girlfriend to a job interview. Police said when they pulled Jackson over, he told officers at the scene that he was driving fast to take his girlfriend to a job interview. Boys, truth or lie? What are we thinking here?
Man, I stuff like that. It's like I got to see like what the race is of the person. You know what I mean? Because it was like
It's called being racist.
yeah. You know what I mean?
Gotta be
it was
racist
just like,
first real quick.
You know, because it was like
Which I
if
get.
it was like a white guy, I'd be like, oh, that's a lie.
That's a lie. Yeah,
he's not
yeah,
working
yeah,
at
yeah.
Taco Bell.
I like that. I like that.
What if it's me?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you look like one of the old women who work at the Taco. You know when it's a good Taco Bell? When they have old Mexican women? It's like in like Whittier, somewhere like kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah, those ones are usually the best because they have to be.
Yeah.
They got a little plastic container of salsa in the fridge that has nothing to do with Taco Bell.
Yeah. You're like, who made this?
They brought their own Mexican food. What's a lie you got? I mean, that to me just seems like a lie to get out of a situation. You know, if I was that guy, I would be like, I'm actually applying to a job at Chick-fil-A, which, you know, has a little bit more pizzazz. And, you know, I'm speeding for Jesus. What's your guys' lie to get out of a speeding ticket would be?
I usually say that someone in my family works for the police officers, for a police station, and I'm always like, back the blue.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like, these fucking people, right?
Yeah.
You
You're
know?
like, who? You're like, oh, is it Johnson? My Uncle Johnson?
So you compliment him?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you guys getting a bad beat right now, you know?
How you doing, handsome? Yes, I
go.
was going fast.
I think you deserve more guns and more money.
I
They had
always
it coming.
I
What?
have to take a shit.
Yeah, I'm a shit guy.
You have to, because when you look
Oh,
like
I
a
thought
guy.
you meant like right now.
No. In general, most of the time, yes.
Yeah, well, like when you look like a guy who looks like he has to take a shit half the time, that's pretty believable.
Would you shit to commit to the bit?
I'd piss.
But then, what?
Like if I was saying I gotta go fast or I'll piss my pants.
No, but if I went like I have to take a shit and then you just piss, like that was a warning shot. What do you mean?
The rest is coming. We're not playing games here. You don't negotiate with body. Officers also said he had 3 children in the vehicle. You know, maybe they're all applying.
I guess
they're-
they were young, dog.
They're lowering the work rate. Jackson's inmate record at the Brevard County Jail states that he was charged with 3 counts of child neglect without great bodily harm, 1 count of reckless driving, and driving with a suspended license.
That's just like the cherry on top of everything.
I know. What was that? Extra $200 at the end?
Yeah.
These are all trying to get your life together activities, though.
I know.
You
That's.
know?
I'm going to be honest. I saw the picture. Not going to say his race. I would be proud of him if he worked for Taco Bell.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
He looked rough.
What Taco Bell employee doesn't have a suspended license? You tell me this right
100%.
now.
That's actually how. That's one of the questions of how you get hired there.
He's got a shuttle. It's like a school bus that goes and pick you up.
Big old bell on it.
Do you think you could use this Taco Bell excuse if you committed another crime? You know, it's like, officer, I know I got all this blood on my pants and a backpack full of human air, but I was just on my way to a Taco Bell interview, and if you could not hold me up. Could you think it could work for anything else?
For Taco Bell? Yeah, absolutely. You could use Taco Bell as an excuse for like definitely murdering your wife.
Yeah, I like that.
Because
I
then
like
you're
that.
just like they're like, why'd you do it? And you're like, this is what she made for dinner, and it's just Taco Bell.
I like that. Old Taco Bell. You're like, this is from yesterday. She's reheating Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'd forget that smoking weed was illegal while driving, and I'd be like, I'm high. I'm going to get this done. Oh, my bad.
I like
Can't
how
do this
his was
here.
like smoking weed, and I'm like, you could kill your wife.
You could kill your wife. Easy. Taco Bell's good for killing your wife.
No way.
All right, we're going to move on to the next one, which is everybody's favorite segment. What does it look like he did? So for the people in the audience, we're going to give this one a little look. See if you guys want to see this, gentlemen. Okay. All right, fellas.
God.
He looks like a girl's softball coach who gives uncomfortable shoulder massages.
This man screams pedophile like Adele through a blowhorn.
That man's got like crypto eyes. You know what I mean?
He does have crypto eyes.
Have you heard of crypto?
He looks like a stepdad who gets bullied by his stepson. He's like, you're not my real dad.
I'll take out the trash this time. He looks like a math teacher who closes his laptop anytime someone enters the room.
His face looks like he'd be on the receiving end of a glory hole. Doesn't he? Doesn't he have
He's
glory
got that.
hole, like
got a
glory
nice
hole
mouth.
hairline?
He's got a very soft chin. He definitely looks like the kind of guy that changes his socks after, like, you know, when he switches shoes.
I like that. I like that.
All right, good. I'm glad I said that too, because it was like, oh, what if everyone's like, oh, Frank doesn't change his socks after, you know?
Switch. Wait, how are we talking days? We're talking like
yeah,
from
how
one
often-
shoe to
No,
one shoe.
I meant like, as in like, he's just like, he has socks and then he puts on his regular shoes and then he comes home and he changes those socks and then puts on his sandals.
Sidebar, how often do you change your socks?
I usually do
Once
it
a
about
day?
every day.
Yeah, once a day.
So I'm talking, this dude does it
What are you
every
doing?
single.
Once every 3?
3 days.
Yeah.
How
Wow.
bad do they smell? Do you wait till they smell?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that with shirts.
Okay, I don't do that with shirts. I'm doing it with socks.
Yeah, I'm too messy. I'll get food on anything. Like my sock will have like mustard on it if I wear it
What's
more
the
than a day.
longest you wear underwear?
Oh, no, day.
Oh, okay.
Do you see me? No way, dude. No way, dude. That's 24-hour expiration date on that.
You ever look at your underwear and just the ass part is just blown the fuck out? Where it's like the cloth is darker and then you could just see that there's just a hole of just like, it's just fiber.
I've owned a pair of underwear for like 8 years.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I've got some high school
yeah,
ones.
some high ones, like with the things coming off. Like, yeah, pretty bad.
I have one from high school.
For real?
The top doesn't even work. I got to like cinch it together with just like old. I don't know why I still have it. Now it's kind of like a piece of art.
Right?
You know, I'm like, I'm not going to get away. This is one of my friends. It's a high school friend. I just give away this underwear.
You have high school underwear still?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, man. I like how you're both like, yeah. Like, all right.
Yeah, dog.
They sink a little lower into my hamper, and I'm barely there, but they're kind of at the level of, because I got like an underwear hamper that's pretty big. They're at the level of like Christmas pajama.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I get it.
You know,
You
it
have
doesn't come
underwear
out.
older than some micers out here.
Yeah, for
And they
sure.
got better material, too.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam.
Got 'em.
You guys, everyone else sucks. All right, let's bang off. If you guessed, police believe a plastic surgeon who was arrested in the death of a missing Largo attorney attacked the lawyer in his own office. So this man murdered a lawyer. Plastic surgeon Tomasz Roman Koskowski has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder in the death of attorney Stephen Cozy, who went missing from his law office in Largo, Florida. According to police, Koskowski is believed to have attacked Cozy in his office, and surveillance footage shows him leaving the building with a cart that appeared to contain a human body.
Not
Wait,
suspicious?
What do you mean, like, appeared to contain your body? Was it like a hand hanging out?
Yeah.
Like,
Like a baguette?
What excuse are you giving when someone goes, "Hey, what's in that what's in that cart?" What do you guys do?
I moonlight as a flight attendant. I got peanuts and little Jack Daniels
I
bottles.
like that.
You know what I mean? I'm also. What do you do?
I would say that I hit like a small animal, and
Oh,
that,
I like that.
You know, it's like roadkill.
And I didn't want to. I wanted to hide.
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I wanted to, you know, mount it and taxidermy it.
Yeah, like, can I look in there? Like, it's
No,
disgusting.
no,
You don't want to
it,
see that.
It looks like a person.
Me, I'd say I'm becoming an elote man. She's got a lot of corn, man. You don't want to get in there. To haven't really let the mayonnaise sit
God,
yet.
I love elote.
You of all people could be a good elote man.
You could be
coming.
good elote, man.
El Gringo elotes.
Yeah, ooh.
That'd be pretty good.
I got like a vest with all the little squirts in there.
He uses Hellman's mayonnaise. This fool don't use no
I
knockoff.
use Q-Pie.
He makes his own chamoy.
Really
This guy's
good.
great.
Fancy. Forensic evidence, including blood fibers, was found in Koskowski's vehicle and home. Police also discovered a ballistic vest with blood, a taser, mask, duct tape, brass knuckles, and sedatives in his car. Koskowski was taken into custody on Saturday and booked in the Pinellas County Jail. Here's my question. What kind of mask do you think he had?
I'm going, since he's a plastic surgery, maybe it's made out of leftover titty skin. So it's like areolas. You know what I mean?
I mean, with everything they found with him, that's clearly a Michael Myers mask. Like
Yeah.
that is like if he had like a Kennedy mask, that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, like a president's mask
Yeah.
from, what's that surf movie with Keanu Reeves?
Oh, fucking
Break?
Point Break. Yeah.
yeah. One of those? Yeah, pretty sick.
I'm going to go the Teletubby Poe. You know, just really tormented creepo shit. Largo police began investigating after Cozy was reported missing at his office at Blanchard Law. Cozy had left behind his keys, wallet, car, and phone. Cozy has been responding to an email, and music was playing on his phone when he disappeared. The person who contacted the police went searching for Cozy in the office's building public bathroom and found blood on the floor, stall, walls, and bottom of toilet. Boys, what kind of music do you think he was playing from that phone before he died? AKA, what would be the worst
Just a
music
small
you
town girl.
Living in a lonely world.
Was the dude just stomping in your head into a
You
toilet?
just can't help. Like, you know, he's just singing while doing
Why
it. too.
can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
I'm gonna go Enya. You know, just really melodic. You're like, am I going to hell or heaven? I don't know what's
My
happening right
meditating was happening.
now. All right, we're up to another one from Newser.com. Italian driver 80 had tricked to dodge tolls. Highway authorities in Italy are not amused by the antics of an 80-year-old retirement home resident who loves traveling as much as he hates paying tolls. Mario, nicknamed Nono Mario, meaning grandfather Mario. I also like that too. If people are actually saying, "Hey,
yeah.
no, you can't do that," he's like, "I'm a grandfather." They don't think I'm a grandfather. I don't know why he's a vampire. Is accused of dodging more than $4,000 in highway tolls. And what he does is when someone goes through the thing, he just goes right after him.
That's yo. You can't be upset at that man. That man has gamed the system. That isn't also like I don't know. I think if you're 80, you just should be allowed to do shit like that.
Let him ride for free. There
Yeah,
should
he
be,
shouldn't have to pay tolls.
It's a you're about to die toll. Like,
What do you think,
just-
80? We're going to go 80?
I think once you hit 80, it's kind of like, well, you know,
I think once
it's,
you retire.
it's also one of those things like once you get to an 80, it's like no matter how rude an old person's to you when you're 80, you're like, well, I can't do anything. You're fucking
Yeah.
80. You
Yeah,
know what I
he's
mean?
80.
So I think once it gets to that point where you're like, all right, just let him be, you know?
For sure. What's one thing that you guys have either snuck in or not paid a ticket price or toll for?
One time I went to Blockbuster. This is when Blockbusters were around.
I love Blockbuster.
I was a kid, and me and my dad were like going to rent a movie, and I had a Game Informer because they used to have those Game Informer
Yeah,
magazines.
those were awesome.
And I was just reading it the whole time, and we just walked right out.
Yeah.
And they didn't even.
That's on the Blockbuster, though.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was an innocent mistake by you with no intention for stealing.
And I remember being outside and being like, and then being like, and then I ran back and put it back.
Oh, you
I
could've
know.
just left.
I should have just took it.
Should have ripped off the code page in the back and just at least had that one.
Oh, you just
Nice.
told a story about the time you almost stole.
Oh, yeah. I felt so guilty. And then I was like, I could have just took it.
You going?
Yeah, I mean, I would sneak into movies all the time. You pay for one. I would be at the movies all day, and you just pay for one. Then you go into the next one, and then I got caught a couple times because you talk kind of hard to.
You're very recognizable.
Yeah. So you got to stay within. You got to hop within the movies that you kind of know. You're like,
Yeah, in
all
the
right.
crowds, you
Yeah.
move outside of a crowd and come back into the
You're
group
like,
of
I really
people.
Sit with
wanna-
every Mexican family in every movie.
Yeah. Kind of blend in. I brought disguises to Regal.
It's a lot of hats.
A lot of hats.
I stuck into my prom.
Oh.
Were you like not allowed to go to prom?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go to prom.
Wait,
and
the
then
drug
I
dealer
won,
wasn't allowed to go prom?
And then I won prom king, and I couldn't even go up there.
Oh, my
What the
God. It's like the
fuck?
beginning of
Still kinda
21
cool,
Jump
though.
Street.
Yeah,
Let the king.
I was
King
like,
fly.
all right, this is actually kind of cooler. It's okay. And then I got asked to leave.
Oh, who asked you to leave?
It was one of my favorite teachers, so she didn't get me in trouble.
Oh, that's nice.
It was pretty fun. At entrances and exits to the system, he managed to get his Fiat Punto through behind the other cars before the barrier came down. Authorities say he traveled for free on the county's highway system for 2 years. It's not even that bad.
No.
$2,000 in 2 years seems like a little excess. Or what do you make? $4,000? No, $4,000, $4,000 he owes
At
for
this
2
point,
years.
you're telling me how much
That's expensive.
Yeah, if anyone's getting robbed, it's that guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's
All those
Italy.
people. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just for people having little scams, and I feel like if you get a scam that's innocuous and you don't really get in trouble, let it keep going. My favorite scam is: do you guys know that you can steal stuff from CVS and they can't stop you?
Yeah, you can steal that. You can steal stuff from most places and they can't stop you.
That's a great scam. I guess it's not a scam.
The Walmart here in Burbank, they have people like trying to sign up on your receipts.
Yeah.
But you can just walk right past them.
Yeah.
You're allowed to steal from Walmart.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the
I
rule.
think if you're stealing from big corporations that you know are doing terrible things, then it's all good.
Or a city like this right here, like
Yeah.
this situation.
And also, Italy did a lot of fascist things, so it's like fuck them.
Yeah, they've always been on the wrong side of actually everything,
Except food.
except food.
Come
They've
on
done
now.
pretty good.
You got to give it to them.
Mario tells their newspaper that he's not a wealthy man. His entire pension goes into his retirement home, and his 2 children also contribute. But his main reason for not paying is that he doesn't feel the highway system is worth the price.
I mean,
Perfect.
this man is there's unbeatable arguments.
Yeah.
Wait,
Just
what are
smoking
you?
cigarettes,
what are you
not
supposed
giving
to
a
do?
fuck. Yeah, what do you think you're supposed to do?
100%. I mean, like one of the things I used to steal as a kid. You guys ever steal from the cereal boxes? I used to go into like
that's fun.
I would
Hilarious.
open the cereal. I take a little for myself, and then I go to the bottom, and I do like 4 boxes.
Yeah, and just go through. You got a bunch of weird rings that are like lion heads.
Where'd you get those? Yeah, my mother. Where'd you get those? Like that, they were open already, man. I don't know. It's awful.
What's one thing you pay for that you think isn't worth it?
Ooh. Man, that's so tough. I mean, aside from all the streaming services, you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like, they should just give it to us.
Well, some's I mean, it's now as expensive as fucking I was paying for Comcast.
Yeah,
5 years
exactly.
ago.
Now it's just all the networks.
Because everybody has to have something. Everybody like I want to have. So you gotta get Apple. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get the Apple TV. They're like for Ted Lasso. I don't give a fuck.
I know. You know what I love now? That's like kind of not a scam, but they have those. I remember back in the day, you'd have like bootleggers, right? People would sell you like
the movies back
video.
then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now they have the same thing, but it's like digital. So they have apps that you could use, and it's got all the movies. Some of them like just have like watermarks on them, but some of like you could tell was like filmed in a theater still, and it's like it feels like I'm back in the day, but still also like current.
Yeah, I remember doing that. 1, 2, 3 movies was the one
One,
they
two,
used
three
to
movies
do.
was the shit,
That was
man.
good. Just fucked up your computer. You'd open one, and the movie wouldn't start. And you're like, that was a virus.
Just
Okay,
get
how many more
venereal
is gonna have?
diseases on your poor gateway computer, or whatever the fuck
Try-
you're using.
It's loud, dude. By the end, my gateway sounded like a fucking Chevy starting up. Just stalling out. I'm like, this
You
thing
have
has
to
a
pull
fucking
a cord for
transmission.
it to get going. I pay for apartment insurance. I feel like that's the stupidest
What?
fucking. In order to even rent at some places, I pay for apartment insurance.
How much is that?
It's $30 a month, but it's like, what am I insuring? My fish tank? Like, I don't give a fuck about any of this stuff.
I do think with apartment insurance, you can, if you get like something stolen from your car, they cover it.
Ooh. Like if it's parked on the
I
apartment property.
I don't even know if it's only on the property. I think it's in other places too. I want to check that out. I pay for a lot of things I don't even know. Like I'll get like PayPal things, or like you just gave Apple $12, and I'm like, I have no idea. That happens probably like 2 times a day, most days.
Yeah.
You don't check your bank account?
Oh, there's just so much money in it. You know what I mean?
I just never really checked it, and just hoping that it would be okay.
I check it 4 times, 5 times a day.
No, I try not. I tried to just hope it'll
I
stay.
have to check it all the time because sometimes if I don't check it, I'll be like, oh, yeah, no, I don't think I spent that much money. I'll look and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm just scared of it because I feel like I'm going to look one time. And plus, I've gotten like tricked multiple times out of all my money from like scammers.
What?
Steve, goddamn it.
So I'm just like, I'm just going to let this thing sit over here.
How did that happen?
Steve's an old soul, and by that he means he clicks links on Facebook.
No, the worst one I got fucked up with was I was trying to get my money from Facebook from from the content I was putting out. They owed me like a lot of money. I was trying to get it, and I looked up on Google what's the number for Facebook, and I called it, and there was like this fucking Indian dude answered it, and I was like, well, maybe it could be an Indian guy. And then he goes through and he says, hey, you got to like verify this through this other app, so make sure it's you.
Fuck.
And I downloaded the other app, and then they took all my money.
God damn it.
It was a lot.
I got one.
It was a lot of money. For me.
I got one that was pretty good. I had a friend call me and he goes, hey man, I just put your address down for this apartment that I'm renting. They're going to send you the keys. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah. I'm renting this apartment in the Valley. I went and checked it out and I put in the deposit and they're going to mail you the keys. And I go, did you talk to anybody when you went and checked out the apartment? He was like, no, the guy wasn't there, but he told me I can go take a look. And I go, hey man, I don't know how to break this to you, but I think you just got scammed. And he goes, no way. I go, yeah, that's not a real thing. And he goes, I was like, you really went and rented an apartment without seeing the person? And he was like, fuck. And then he went and he looked at the lease, and it was clearly like just like the lease looked fine, but the picture of like the contract and everything just looked, you could tell it was all fucked up. And he's like, God damn it.
That happens all over this city.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like trying to get an apartment, it's like 80% scams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to ask questions. You have to verify on question on question. That's why I'm glad my wife is like, nah, you have to ask him 1,000 questions till they're tired of you.
Yeah.
I go, all right, that makes sense.
All right, from theguardian.com on March 22nd, 2023. Virginia prisoners who used toothbrush to escape caught at pancake restaurant. 2 prisoners in Virginia managed to escape their cell by digging a hole through a wall with the aid of a toothbrush, but were apprehended within a few hours after being tempted to visit a pancake restaurant.
How strong is that fucking toothbrush?
I know that there's a lot of questions.
How strong is that pancake? Like, do they... Let's stop real quick for some flapjacks. No?
There's also like, was it a Waffle House?
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, was it a Norm's? Because everyone at Norm's does look like they just got out of jail.
100%.
Every person I've ever been. Where are you guys going first? First day out of jail.
Where
after you've already had pancakes, obviously.
Where am I located? Which jail is it? I need regions.
Yeah, I see. If I was in LA, I would go to Skid Row. They'd never find me. They'd think I'm in one tent. I'm in a dumpster eating pizza. You don't know where I'm at.
I'm already part of the streets.
I'm blending in.
I'm blending in.
I'm in it, dude.
I'm a bush.
That's a good question. Where are you? You could do LA. LA would seem easy to disappear.
You could disappear.
Well, I think one of the jails in LA is right next to the metro and a bunch of bus lines. Yeah, so it's like you do
hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, dog. You just do a fucking preacher or whatever his name is, Jack Reacher. There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I had a buddy who was into the business of stealing instruments, like musical instruments, and he got up all the way to he stole a cello, but this cello was high end.
How do you know what a high end cello is? Is it like made out of
he
gold?
Didn't.
Oh yeah.
So he goes to this place and he goes, "Hey, how much is this cello?" But there's not that many people with $25,000 cellos.
100%
around.
That's how actually most.
So what happened? They go, "Oh yeah, why don't you come back tomorrow? We'll come back in and switch it out for you." So he does it, but he gave all the guy the information. So then he freaks out and he goes on the run because the police are after him.
Because of the cello.
It's a cello, yeah. Because he stole it from the wrong guy.
So wait, he's walking around. He's like running with the cello.
I'm thinking of like the oboe.
different instrument.
Like a Looney Tune running down the fucking street. He goes all the way to Mexico and gets caught at the border going in.
Did he have the cello coming out of a backpack? Like, there he is.
Yeah, he was like that. Who could it be? Guy with a giant
Mexicans
thing on
were
his
like,
head.
we don't do cellos here.
Accordion. You could have got in. Yeah. Okay. In a statement, the Newport News Sheriff Office and 2 inmates were found to be missing during a routine head count during 7 p.m. on Monday at the Newport News Jail. It was discovered that John Garza, 37, and Arlene Nemo, 43, had dug a hole through a jail while using primitive-made tools fashioned from a toothbrush and a metal object.
Fucking toothbrush.
Our prison system can be beaten by a toothbrush.
Oh, yeah. Listen, they're not using real concrete in those things. That shit's like brittle.
Yeah, this is like one of those like
made out
Andy
of-
Griffith kind of like
Yeah.
cells. You just trick like a Barney into giving him the keys.
Yeah,
and
he
ran out.
read Shawshank Redemption and was like, all right, we got this.
The keys are hanging like 5 feet away from the cell from a sleepy sheriff.
Also, this is like the best thing he probably had. Like, how bad do the tools got to be before you stop trying to escape? For me, I would have stopped at like small shovel. But this guy went all the way to like a toothbrush. Like, imagine if you were just like, hey, man, there's a bar of soap. Are you going to be like rubbing the fucking walls?
No, with the barber soap, I'm cutting a hole in it and I'm fucking it. That's the only thing
I just made my wife. I live here, my friend.
What's your wife's name? Dove.
Oh, there you go. Keeps my dick very soft.
It's you guys ran into the MacGyver of fucking figuring it out, man.
He kept that kind of like meth mentality
Yeah.
without having to smoke meth anymore. They then scaled a high prison wall and made their escape. However, the 2 men were quickly found after being spotted by members of the public at an IHOP. I'm thankful for the citizens who observed Garza and Nemo at the IHOP and noticed law enforcement.
Wait, what were they dressed as?
I think they were just prisoners. But I do think if you were going to blend in anywhere in the world, a Denny's and an IHOP.
Yeah.
Well,
Because you got homeless people and
Yeah.
then you've got people that are like traveling.
Yeah.
no, and my mom goes. A lot of churchgoers go to IHOP.
Full of snitches.
Yeah, full of snitches.
whole lot of snitches.
So if you would have went to like a Waffle House, they'd have probably blended
No
in.
one's
No one
looking
got
at you in the
called.
eyes.
Hey, you look like you
No.
work there.
No one's looking you in the eyes at a Waffle House.
That's the prep cook. He comes in shackles.
It's his own work release. From the hours of 5 to 7, he will be working here. All right, everybody, that's the show. Thank you very, very much for watching. Saul Trujillo, Frank Castillo, Katie on the ones and twos, and the Comedy Store Podcast Network. See you next week. Bam, bam.